Hey guys, welcome back to our video. I'm sorry to get you guys late notice. I've been busy today. So we do know how birds are sick, do we? No? Well, if any of you guys have questions out there, well, I can tell you about how you can tell your bird is sick. So I'm going to tell you a quick story about a couple of birds that I know that had suffered from being sick and almost died from being sick. Number one, Budgie having trouble breathing. I heard it is because I felt so bad for this bird. I just know for the best of this bird is to take him to a hospital, get him well rested, keep him in a warm cage, and I just know that this bird was actually sick. So this bird had trouble breathing, and there was nothing they can do for it. So they thought, buy some antibiotics. And they did, and that wasn't really helping the bird. So they bought something else, or they probably kept on treating him, but they couldn't figure out what the cause of this process of him being sick. So the bird died, I think in the middle of the night. So that was a sad story. I'm gonna wish you the best of luck out there. Whoever has birds, please take very care of them. I love birds as much as you guys do. I know how much you guys respect your birds and how much you care for them. I don't blame you guys. Story number 2. A cockatiel dies. Well, actually, a cockatiel gets euthanized. Euthanized means put down. This cockatiel was actually with a loving companion owner that loved this bird. And so this young girl, she actually had this bird since she was a baby. One day, she suddenly found out that her bird was acting sick. And so they took it to the vet. There was nothing they can do because it was such a small bird. She actually had a lump on her chest. It was a tumor, cancer, okay? Tumor. So they took the bird to the hospital. They found no election of what they can do. So one day, daughter's mom is like, let's just put her out of her misery. So one day the uncle came over and actually did something very, very hurtful to this bird. He actually, so they didn't know how to euthanize him because they didn't have no medical supplies. So he had gloves on, he wrapped the bird, he twisted his neck and, I don't know, buried it. And it was hurtful when I heard about this. Number 3, Budgie passed away. A Budgie passed away because he was sick and wasn't active anymore, wasn't playing anymore, and this bird actually had several diseases. He was actually, in bad shape. So he basically had a tumor on his leg, and so that thing died. And so that the next day they were going to bury him. So they did the next day. So I thought that was a sad story. Another one is where a cockatiel dies at night, where she's having trouble breathing. She's actually in labor breathing. Her breathing is labor. So that means her respiratory infection is just getting worse. Something could be clogged up in her airway. She might have choked on something and not realized that it was going to infect her. So, sorry, I'm tired. So they rushed to the bedroom where the bird was, and they noticed that she died. And so they didn't know what had happened. And I thought that was a sad story. I felt really bad for that bird. That bird was almost in mutilation. So I felt bad for these birds. There is another story where I heard that somebody's lovebird was actually making noises, like weird noises. And they thought maybe she's just trying to have fun, maybe trying to play, maybe trying to get your attention, or some people thought she was sick. But I thought, I was stupid for responding, I hope you feel better, but I wanted to, just the heck of it. But this bird was actually looking miserable. She was just, oh my god. There's another story where Budgie, his eyes, he was squinting a lot. Like, you know how, like, you blink with your eyes and you're, like, trying to see something and you squint maybe a few times, or you're, you know, whatever. But this bird, he was just, I don't know, like, I don't know what happened, but this bird was actually sick, critically. This bird was actually vomiting and was actually hacking up. And she was throwing up. And same thing for the other story with the cockatiel. Cockatiel was vomiting, not eating or drinking. She's not singing as much. They didn't know what to do. Took her to the hospital. No explanation. No nothing. They're thinking, okay, maybe she's just sick. What am I going to do with this bird? They don't know what to do because that thing is just sick. And then I think one day they said she died. 2015. I'm not sure when, but I feel bad for all these birdies who died. I wish you guys all the best of luck. And sorry about that.
Stop recording.